Hey, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me always is Terrence, aka T-Money.
I can smell what the lion is cooking.
There you go. So, we're going to cover July 1st and July 2nd of Raw and Smackdown. That's gonna be twisty for me because now we're going into July. I'm used to saying June. Yeah. So let's go ahead and start off with a crazy-ass Monday Night Raw. Started off with the Falls Count Anywhere match between Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. The Monster Men versus the Almighty. Oh my goodness. And they laid it all over the arena until it got to a point where it was just crazy. It just, oh my God.
Yep.
This is what we needed. This is what WWE needed. And the fans were saying it too. So, this is a setup. First up, we have Braun Strowman throwing Bobby Lashley onto the stage like a fucking ragdoll. Then we have him getting beat the hell up and suplex on the stage by Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley looked like he's about to do a spear onto Braun Strowman as he gets up. Braun Strowman beats into it, runs him right through the damn electric wall and onto the electrical wiring with pyrotechnics and stuff to make it look fake and staged, but apparently something goes haywire and they actually get caught in the electrical current all back there and they actually get scorched. They actually have burnt marks on parts of their bodies. They had to cut off the power.
A lot of people like that match, though.
Oh, hell yeah. You had people doing even Baron Corbin on live television before they actually uploaded that onto YouTube and other such things, including WWE Network and .com. You actually hear Corey Graves uncensored say, "Holy shit!" Because he wasn't supposed to say that, but something really bad happened. No. That went off script.
Oh, actually, that was part of the script, bro.
The way he said it. And they didn't time it, apparently. And then the fact you had the people, of course, doing their holy shit. And what took almost 5 minutes with commercial break between it for them to actually get these guys in the ambulance. I thought there was Big Show in there. No, it was just a big guy. And we had the Dallas Fire Rescue Team on standby for that.
Which, starting next week, WWE Monday Night Raw will get a new stage. Won't be the same one that we saw. It'll be a different one.
Yep, they were already saying it on WWE YouTube from a lot of people who love wrestling. Were commenting. I haven't seen the videos, but they were already putting it on the thumbnail. Why WWE broke the stage and what plans do they have? That kind of thing.
And will take off the TVPG.
Yeah.
Because they felt they're using their teenage fans.
Yeah. The PG thing is not working. The fact that we need to get to TV 14 so we can get it, so we can enjoy the older audiences, and which it didn't stop the kids watching it back then. Even kids that I've seen at the laundromat talking up all these lines. I had a freaking kid with ADD walking around talking all that wrestling stuff. I'm like, how do you know all those lyrics? How old are you? And he said, I'm 8 years old. This stuff was before you were born. How do you know about this stuff? Did you watch WWE Network? He says, nope, YouTube. I'm like, there you go. He loved the Attitude Era just from watching the Attitude Era on YouTube. Yeah.
And
so even kids these days love the Attitude Era, where it was, case in point, TV 14, not made for kids to be watching, but they still did. Case in point today.
They need to change because they're competing with AEW
and Ring of Honor and Japan Wrestling and Impact Wrestling and whatever else.
No, just AEW and other wrestling, not other wrestling companies, but AEW and sports.
Well, that's the thing, though. All those wrestlings are TV 14.
Here's what he said. They don't see Ring of Honor and TNA and other wrestling companies as competition.
Yeah, they're still taking their wrestlers.
Yeah, they still take it, but they don't see them as competition.
I doubt it. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, the people also, while these two were laying down unconscious having freaking smoke from the fire extinguishers blowing into their faces. You can't breathe in that stuff. It's not healthy. These people were screaming out in the audience of Dallas, Texas, not too far from us from Houston. Were screaming, "This is awesome," and they were just laying there. They were laying there after the wreckage, and they were screaming, "This is awesome." Let's face it, we the people want to see absolute carnage. We want to see blood. We want to see hardcore matches. We want to see all of that. And of course, what he would agree is bras and panties matches.
And lingerie contest.
Which is qualified under bras and panties, because lingerie is bras and panties.
No. Lingerie is like where the girls wear.
Oh, lingerie matches. How about that?
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
I'm talking lingerie contest. Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, as a guy, I wouldn't mind saying that, but as a wrestling fan, I want to see the women wrestle.
And bikini contest.
That's me.
I want to see bikini contest too.
Yeah. We'll see if they actually do that. Hopefully.
I know some of the fans want to see that too. I know they do.
Yeah. Well, after that fiasco, the show must go on. And what came next?
Big E and Xavier take on the Viking Raiders.
Which ended in disqualification thanks to Samoa Joe, in which Kofi Kingston got involved as well, and they made it into a 6-man tag with the 3 members of New Day, along with Samoa Joe and the Viking Raiders. Thanks to Samoa Joe putting the Kofi Kingston in the Kimura clutch, they would actually get the win thanks to Kofi Kingston passing out. So that sucks for Kofi. He ain't got no momentum going to Extreme Rules this next week on the 14th. What's next?
As we see backstage, Drake Maverick having a conversation with his wife about him not caring for her. I don't think he cares about the 24/7 championship.
Yeah, that's right. Drake Maverick. I was about to say somebody else. Drake Maverick, a.k.a. Spud, brought his wife, like he said, to Raw, and she's upset because she thought she was already at the freaking airport or hotel. And R-Truth is right there saying, "I'm a sucker for romance." He's just looking at him like, So we're going to skim through that. We actually have a match with Cesaro and No Way Jose, where R-Truth is in the Congo line, and he's actually taunting him right there, laying down where he can technically pin him. It's anywhere, anytime, and he can pin him. His wife is looking at him like, "No, don't you dare." So while he's taunting him, he forgets there's a match going on, and the other guys in the back are chasing his ass, including Cesaro and No Way Jose. And the match is ultimately, we'll have to get to that, see if the match actually got a win or not. I think Cesaro won, if that's the case, because No Way Jose has been on a losing streak despite his entertainment of the Congo line and party person. Later, it would then be R-Truth trying to hide still while Drake Maverick and his wife are getting ready to leave. He then is out of breath and he says, "I don't want nothing, I just want to go on my honeymoon." He says, "Okay, you go and do that." He takes his luggage, bangs R-Truth behind the head, tells a referee to come, and he says, "I need a ref." Ref comes, 1, 2, 3, your 2-time new 24/7 champion, Drake Maverick, and he says to his wife that we're going on a honeymoon, it's going to be 24/7. You too. In which case, they go off to their honeymoon, in which case, is they even going to make it? There hasn't been anything on WWE.com or YouTube mentioning Drake Mavericks and his honeymoon as of yet. Seriously, it's been a while.
But if I had to guess, I think R-Truth's going to try to follow
Tim did a honeymoon, and him and everybody else. Don't be surprised. There might be a W legend where he's vacationing. That could be another. Like all of a sudden, Sting, Bret Hart, Christian Edge.
Here's the thing about Bret Hart. I'm glad you mentioned about Bret Hart.
Yeah.
He is not on with WWE.
Yeah, we saw him on AEW.
So yeah, he can't come. He can't do both. He can't go to both shows. Yes, he's saying he's gonna stick with AEW.
So that's gonna be fun to see, because this seriously, this is since Monday Night Raw. They didn't show up neither, Truth did, but Drake Maverick didn't show up to 205 Live. He didn't show up to SmackDown. So it's literally been 4 days, it's Friday, since any word on Drake Maverick. Nothing on YouTube. I've checked. Nothing on WWE. Nothing showing up. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with Drake Maverick and his wife on their honeymoon and the current state of the 24/7 title. We'll have to wait.
And we got the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, make their Raw debut.
While still holding the NXT Tag Team titles, which is a first. Because the Viking Raiders didn't show off their titles on Raw when they had it, and then they vacated it.
And the Miz hypes up for his 2 out of 3 falls match with Elias.
Ladies and gentlemen, why are we doing 2 out of 3 falls again? Well, thankfully, this time around, we would have the Miz getting the first fall immediately as soon as the bell rings, and then Elias gets the second fall, and without any interference from Shane McMahon or even Drew McIntyre, thankfully, because their attentions were straight up on paying attention to The Undertaker, since there was rumors going around that he was going to show up.
But it's more like they're doing this. They're putting the Miz on hold till they finish their business with Undertaker and Roman Reigns.
This next following Sunday. In which case, thanks to that, he didn't have any help dealing with the Miz, and the Miz got the second or third fall, giving him the win out of that match. And now, potentially, he's got a match with Shane McMahon again. So we'll have to wait and see. What's next?
Shane and Drew McIntyre come to the ring and talk about their battle against Roman Reigns and Undertaker.
And the Undertaker showed up. They taunted him. His lightning came into the ring, and they exited the arena. And went upstage to where the people are when the Undertaker started walking down, when he showed up. The Undertaker said a few things and ultimately issued 3 things. 1, Roman Reigns didn't call for him. He showed up to take souls, including Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre's. That's the second thing. And third, that he is going to make them rest in peace.
If anyone knows Undertaker is Shane McMahon.
He mentioned that he had some respect for him at WrestleMania in the Hell in a Cell match, but not of as of late.
And plus, Undertaker was Shane McMahon's secret weapon. When they did the Ministry of Darkness.
Backstage, we have Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans talking about how they're going to take both their titles in their mixed match challenge. Well, not mixed match. Yeah.
Mixed tag team match.
Thank you. At Extreme Rules, seeing as that they can't even cooperate with each other. Oh, okay. That was one of the interviews. Okay, this I can talk about. We then have issues between Ricochet, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and AJ Styles. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, the Good Brothers, are stirring the pot between AJ Styles and Ricochet, ultimately giving them a title shot for the United States title that night. In which case, it was made official. Sadly, though, thanks to Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows pushing and telling, sending mixed signals, telling certain lies, not the whole truth, of what Ricochet said, that, it would end up where AJ Styles, at the end, didn't get the win because of Ricochet winning fair and square. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson would be outside of the ring at one point, watching, telling them to beat him up. We want the old AJ Styles back. And that would be the distraction Ricochet needed to get the win. After that, they were handshaking and all of this, and they said, that's what this is? After a few thoughts and a few words by AJ, I hear particularly, he says, "This is what you want? So be it." That's what I heard. At least I think I did. He then smacks the hell out of freaking Ricochet. Poor fella had to be the champion because this would happen if anybody who was the United States champion. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the return. Forget the Good Brothers. Forget just the AJ Styles Phenomenal One. We have the Club. The WWE version of the Bullet Club. Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, and the phenomenal AJ Styles. If I did my research, because I actually watched the YouTube video, somebody actually did the history and all the members of the Bullet Club in Japan, New Japan Wrestling. Yeah, AJ Styles would be the second leader of the Bullet Club. Well, he's the first and still founding leader of the club in WWE, and that's what the Good Brothers wanted back. The club has returned by popular demand as a heel group. So we'll see how that works out.
Everybody shall say they're trying to be like the NWO.
Most likely. That's what the Bullet Club was technically. I don't know. It was their version of the Clip, Evolution, and NWO.
No, but when you said Bullet Club had more members, everybody shall say that's what NWO did. They had more members in their group. NWO, black and white.
We have a conversation between Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. They're playing around. And then they're challenged by Maria Kanellis and her husband, Mike Kanellis. Ultimately, words were thrown where she says, "I'll have my bitch and you bring yours." Becky Lynch, she directed that to Seth Rollins, referring to Becky Lynch as, the bitch. Seth Rollins is like, "Oh, you messed up. You messed up." In which case, the match goes on, and it's mostly Mike Kanellis getting the beat down from Seth Rollins, and he forcibly taps Mike Kanellis' hand to Maria Kanellis, and Becky Lynch gets in there and is ready to fight, and she's running. She grabs Mike and screams out all these hateful things. "Why did you like this? You said you could take him." And Becky Lynch is coming at her and she's screaming out, "I'm pregnant!" And she's like, "What? You serious?" Even they're all saying, "Are you serious?" Mike Kanellis is like, "What?" And when she hears that, she's like, "Nope, I'm good."
And once that...
She then tags Seth Rollins to get Mike Kanellis and quickly get the pin.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was true what Maria said. She really is pregnant. She showed the fans her pregnancy test.
You mean the scam too?
No, that's what they call it, pregnancy test.
Yeah. Well, it would then go on for a storyline that was kind of... Who am I kidding? It's very harsh. She looks to Mike Kanellis and says that he's a failure, a disappointment, for the actual word, and actually goes and says that she's surprised that he is man enough to impregnate her, and then says that the only real man tonight was the man, Becky Lynch, and maybe next time she should have Becky Lynch impregnate her. Ow! Burn, dude! Ow! Poor Mike. I know he's been on a losing streak, but ow!
Of course, he ain't that Mike Kanellis that you saw on TNA. He lost.
Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, he lost all that weight. No cruiserweight beat at heavyweight.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't cheat like hell. He should be a heel if he wants to rise up the rankings. Be a heel.
Yeah, but if you go against a heavyweight, you ain't gonna win that match. A cruiserweight, think about it.
Yep.
Rey Mysterio was different because he put on weight.
After hearing that conversation, we then had one of the reporters looking on like awkward. Paul Heyman does not miss a beat. He is there issuing that Brock Lesnar may be there tonight. Spoiler alert, he was not. He didn't show up for jack. We then have word that Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley were being medically attentioned in Dallas, Texas. So,
But I get kudos to Paul Heyman. He wrote a good story for Monday Night Raw. Even though he said, one match he said he had nothing to do with. He had nothing to do with AJ Styles and Carl Anderson and Ricochet and Luke Gallows.
We then have a moment with Bliss, ladies and gentlemen. And Nikki Cross is thanking Alexa Bliss for actually befriending her and giving these chances. Carmella comes out as part of the shakeup with R-Truth and actually issues a challenge to Alexa Bliss. And she beats her very fast. And there was no cheating, no this. She just quickly pinned her like that. After the commercial break, we then have Nikki Cross versus Carmella. And it's Nikki Cross that wins. And everybody is stating that, even to the SmackDown over, that it was Nikki Cross is doing more than Alexa Bliss. And should be, technically, the one fighting Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title.
But yeah, that's true. Nikki Cross does not see it.
Mm-mm.
She just worried about being friends with making us bits happy.
That's it for Raw. We covered everything else, and we'll be right back. And we're back, and we got the SmackDown results. But before that, let's give a shout out to our fellow Heaven Monsters podcast. A shout out to Xavier Hill and Mike Henry. A link to their YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below, as always. And a remaining shout out to our Heaven Monsters podcast members, Renee, Farrell, Andre, Chris Petrie, and Delvin. With that said, let's go ahead and get down to this. We start SmackDown with the Kevin Owens show. No Sami Zayn because, well, he walked out on him.
No one cares about him.
Yet to see how that resolves between Sami and Kevin Owens with the shakeup, with the wild card, should I say?
Skull, you walked down on Bulk.
Yep. He said, "Screw you guys, I'm going home." That Eric Cartman of freaking WWE, and he introduces Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre again. Oh wait, that was The Miz. Never mind. But he makes comments saying that, are you sure you're not scared of The Undertaker? They say they're not, but he was throwing those clips over and over and over. And it was just one thing after another, and it was funny.
Gotta be.
We then have, sadly, an unexpected guest, Dolph Ziggler, show up. And before he barely even talks, we have Kevin Owens screaming, "Enough! We know it should have been you! It should have been you! It should have been you! But you didn't get it done!" Excuse me. It's a heated argument between the two. And Shane McMahon is tired of hearing it, so he then issues an option. But for him to have those two tag up, because he knows a lot of tag teams don't usually work together. He was making a reference to The Undertaker and Roman Reigns for his opponents with him on Drew McIntyre for Extreme Rules. He would have them fight Heavy Machinery, and whoever wins that match will be added to the tag team match with The New Day and the Planet's Champion of Daniel Bryan and Luke Harper. Later that night, we're going to go ahead and skim this real quick. We would have both of them, pretty much all of them, on ringside. We have the Planet's Champion with the commentators and the return of the New Day commentator table with the pancakes. While their match was going, at the end of the show, we would have actual freaking fight between the Planet's Champions and the New Day, because New Day didn't like what Daniel Bryan was saying. Repeatedly, he kept mentioning their names, and that one last time that freaking Xavier Woods hears his name come out of Daniel Bryan's mouth, he and Big E are bolting. You see freaky Xavier Woods just running up on the desks and dropping right in front of Daniel Bryan's face, while Big E is speeding around the desks and just running straight into Eric Rowan, or whatever his name is. God. And the match would have to restart, and ultimately the Heavy Machinery beats Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens to be added to the newly found triple threat at Extreme Rules. This is going to be fun. And that means their match is going to be a no disqualification match because of the triple threat rules. So there's one of your hardcore matches. After that, it would appear that Dolph Ziggler wanted to chew out Kevin Owens, tries to pick him up, and gets stuttered. And Kevin Owens is saying, "This is my show, my show." And the show leaves off on that note.
But I'm talking when I say hardcore matches, I'm talking about like
Turn this on.
Like more blood and more weapons.
Hell yeah, we need that. We need that. Heck on. We then move on to the actual rest of the show.
I want to see some trash can lids and some
Hell
stop
yeah.
signs.
Something. It was the fucking sink. They had that. They did that. They actually brought in the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Come on.
And they also did the cheese grater and barbed wire bat and fire extinguisher.
What the fuck? I'm trying to find that. Damn, this one's covering everything. What the hell? Damn, there's a lot of dialogue. Here we go. Seriously, what the hell? Why is there so much dialogue? How big is this page? Okay, Daniel Bryan wins by pinfall with the Boston kick. Oh yeah, he has a match. Duh, Daniel Bryan has a match. Against who? Big E. I thought it was Xavier Woods. What the hell? Well, I guess we'll just skip that then. Xavier Woods, R-Truth is interviewed on his current loss of the WWE title, and he's screaming at Drake Maverick through the camera saying, "I want my baby back! I want my title!" He really liked that 24 title. He's planning on becoming an official 9-time champion. Because we covered that last week. That he's actually an 8-time, not a 9-time.
Yeah.
This time, if he wins it from Drake Maverick, he will be a 9-time. So we got 27 minutes on the clock. Here we go. We're getting it. We then have Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, where Alexa Bliss actually says that she wants Nikki Cross to host the show. She's happy and thrilled knowing that again. How many times is Bayley going to be on this damn show? They ain't got nobody else. Well, at least this time it's a different host with the Nikki Cross. And she's doing a fabulous job. Good job, Nikki Cross, on hosting the show. That was fun. We need to have a moment with Cross. That's what we need to do. We need to have her own show. Yeah, I hope this is working out for that.
But
wait, what you guys say?
But I was saying, but they do like she has her own talk show. That talk show name for it be different.
Yeah. A moment with Cross.
No, not a moment with Cross. We're probably something like
Crossing with Nikki.
Yeah.
Let's over that. Yeah. But it would be an interesting question that would be put into Nikki Cross by Bayley. Why is it Alexa Bliss fighting me at Extreme Rules and not you? When you were the one that beat me, not Alexa Bliss. When you were the one that beat Carmella last night, not Alexa Bliss. How is it you are not fighting me? And she gets up and says, "I don't know why I'm not fighting you. I don't know why I'm even hosting a show with you. And I don't know why I'm not fighting you." And she takes that as a challenge that says, "Let's go." Not Alexa Bliss. Bayley beats Nikki Cross in the ring and got some momentum going for her towards Extreme Rules. I'm about to say Cross again because I'm thinking of Cross of the Extreme Rules logo. God damn it, the thing walked off while I'm talking. We're hitting that 30-minute, almost hitting that 30-minute mark. We got to speed through this now. There you go. Bailey to Bailey. Okay. Mustafa Ali says that he wants to be an equal champion and all that. We then he have Kofi Kingston makes his entrance and is followed by Samoa Joe. Words were spoken, statements were made, and Samoa Joe says that he's faking. Kofi Kingston is faking using these people because he knows how to use it. He's been there, and he's actually stating, and he even challenges him to shake his hand to show him that he's a fake. And he says, shake my hand. Instead, we then go off script and no censored. We got the middle finger from Kofi Kingston. Go ahead.
That wasn't off script. That was right into that script.
Yeah, I said it wrong. We got a new script with what we were promised, and no censorship. This ain't blurred out like they've been doing for old Stone Cold Steve Austin things where he does this, or whatever. Fuck, I don't see him doing that no more.
Yeah, Stone Cold. They don't blur out his.
No, they still do from time to time. I've noticed that. Hey, why are you censoring that middle finger? We then have freaking Kofi Kingston almost being assaulted by Joe, but trouble in paradise. And Kofi Kingston is looking good for his match at Extreme Rules with Samoa Joe. That's looking good. Oh, we'll be right back. Okay. After that, we have an interview with Bobby Lashley and says he's going to kick Braun Strowman's ass because what he did was a coward. That he run him through the thing. We also have Andrea Cien Almas, it says it right here, versus Apollo Crews. And ultimately, thanks to Zelina Vega, we actually have her cheating and Andrea gets the win. Son of a bitch. We also have Ember Moon fighting against I'm going to do this for a boy Xavier Woods. Mandy versus Ember Moon, and Ember Moon beats her. Woo!
I'm not happy about either.
Yeah, buddy.
I like her too. I like Mandy Rose too.
We also have Shelton Benjamin getting his ideas on the match between Kofi Kingston and Samoa Joe, who he thinks is going to win. And he's just got his eyes rolling this back. We don't know what's going on in his head. We also have Aleister Black actually stating that the knock on the door last week was actually nobody at the door, but he issued a challenge to that person who knocked on the door, whoever they may be, at Extreme Rules. So we'll see Aleister Black at Extreme Rules, and whoever knocked on the door.
I bet I know what Shelton Benjamin's thinking.
Yep.
Man, I should have brought my boy Charlie Haas back. We would dominate the tag team division.
Nope, he was just looking like... I think he's going weird now.
No, I'm saying he ain't got no title shot.
Okay, well, we got to end this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button.